Welcome back to the Literary Apothecary. My name is Kate, and today I'm here to talk about Inside Out and Back Again. This is by, and I'm going to say this name wrong, so I apologize in advance, Thanhha Lai. This is book 1 in the Inside Out and Back Again series. It's a historical fiction YA middle grade poetry book. It's a little bit of everything here. I read this because it was on my Audible library and it was going away on the 23rd of September, so I wanted to get it done before it disappeared. My general thoughts about this book is that format-wise, it was a bit confusing. It was partly poetry, partly prose, and at times the audiobook sounded like poetry, and other times it sounded like prose. Writing this from a children's point of view, however, and the author acknowledging at the end in the author's notes that she tried to recall as much from her own journey in this writing was unique and something I could heartily appreciate. A spoiler-free description of what this book is about. Vietnam-born author Thanhha Lai bursts onto the literary scene with Inside Out and Back Again, her National Book Award-winning debut. Written in rich, free verse poems, this moving tale follows a young Vietnamese girl as she leaves her war-torn homeland for America in 1975. With Saigon about to fall to the communists, 10-year-old Ha, her mother and brothers are forced to flee their beloved city and head to the United States. But living in a new country isn't easy for Ha, and she finds adapting to its strange customs ever challenging. I'm going to jump right into my call pile ratings. Characters. For a kids book, these characters were just what they needed to be. Our atmosphere and setting was good. I just wanted a little bit more of the atmosphere and setting from the kids' point of view. Writing style, was it prose or poetry or both? I did appreciate the ability to stay mostly in the child's point of view, though. Oftentimes, writers attempt to write from a child's point of view, but their own points of views, their own experiences, their perspectives looking back often comes into the narrative, and here she really tried to stay in the child's point of view, and for the most part she was successful. I think when it comes to terms like the atmosphere and the setting, some of that adult perspective came into play, but for the most part it was in the children's perspective. Our plot, it felt almost like a cliffhanger at the end, which felt both appropriate and inappropriate. I have mixed feelings about how it ended because it says it's book 1 in a series, though it didn't feel like it really ended the book at all. Intrigue, I was always interested. Logic, from a kid's point of view, this all made 100% sense. And enjoyment, I enjoyed listening to this audiobook. Our audiobook narrator, Thanhha Lai, I felt like Lai represented this character well in her narration. However, whether it was due to the text itself or the narration without the text, it's hard to know. At times, it was a bit confusing to listen to because the format, prose versus poetry, felt like it kept changing. That is my quick spoiler-free review for Inside Out and Back Again. If you have read this book, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of it? Did you love it like I did, or did you have more questions than I did? As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.